Hello everyone, I'm back again. Now let's hear the story of Laci Peterson. She was young, beautiful, and full of life. A woman with everything to live for, a loving husband, a baby on the way, and dreams of a bright future. But on Christmas Eve 2002, she vanished without a trace. What should have been a joyful holiday season turned into a nightmare that would grip the nation. A case so shocking, so heart-wrenching, that even today it haunts those who remember it, is the story of Laci Peterson. A story of love, deception, and tragedy. A story that captured the attention of millions, and one that still raises questions to this day. Laci Denise Rocha was born on May 4, 1975, in Modesto, California. She was a bright and cheerful child, raised in a loving home by her parents, Sharon and Dennis Rocha. She had an older brother, Brent, whom she adored. Laci grew up on her family's almond farm in Escalon, where she developed a deep appreciation for nature and the outdoors. As a young girl, she was known for her infectious laughter and warm personality. She had an energy about her that drew people in, making friends wherever she went. She was deeply compassionate and had a strong connection to her family. During her school years, Laci was an excellent student and an active participant in extracurricular activities. She was a cheerleader in high school, radiating positivity and enthusiasm. Those who knew her say she was a natural leader, someone who always lifted others up. Her dream was to one day have a family of her own, and she often spoke about her love for children. After graduating from high school, Laci attended California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo, where she majored in ornamental horticulture. She had a passion for plants, flowers, and landscaping, dreaming of one day owning her own nursery. While at college, she worked at a local restaurant to support herself, demonstrating the hard-working spirit she had inherited from her parents. It was during her time at Cal Poly that Laci met Scott Peterson. He was a handsome, charismatic young man studying agricultural business. Their first meeting was like something out of a storybook. Laci made the first move, leaving a note for Scott at his workplace, expressing her interest in him. Scott, flattered by her confidence, quickly reciprocated her feelings. Their relationship blossomed, and they soon became inseparable. Friends described them as the perfect couple. Laci was warm and affectionate, while Scott was charming and confident. It wasn't long before their relationship turned serious. In 1997, after dating for 2 years, Scott proposed, and Laci joyfully accepted. The couple married in a beautiful ceremony in 1997, surrounded by family and friends. Laci was ecstatic to start her new life with Scott. She had always dreamed of being a wife and mother, and now that dream was becoming a reality. They settled in Modesto, where Laci took a job as a substitute teacher while working on their home and planning for their future. Scott, meanwhile, pursued a career in the fertilizer industry, traveling frequently for work. To those around them, they appeared to have an ideal marriage. But beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to form, cracks that no one would notice until it was too late. By mid-2002, Laci's dream of becoming a mother was coming true. She was pregnant with their first child, a boy they planned to name Connor. She was overjoyed, eagerly preparing for his arrival by decorating the nursery and picking out baby clothes. Friends and family described her as glowing, excited, and deeply in love with the life she was building. But while Laci was busy preparing for motherhood, Scott was living a double life. Unbeknownst to Laci, Scott had begun an affair with a woman named Amber Frey. He told Amber he was single, that he had lost his wife. He portrayed himself as a grieving man, seeking love once more, and all the while, he came home to his pregnant wife, playing the role of a devoted husband. The 23rd of December, 2002, was the last full day of Laci Peterson's life. That night, she and Scott attended a holiday party at her sister-in-law's home. She was cheerful, chatting with family about Christmas plans. No one noticed anything unusual. No one suspected that this would be the last time they saw her alive. The next morning, on Christmas Eve, Scott claims he left home early to go fishing at the Berkeley Marina. He says Laci was watching television when he left. That was the last time, according to him, that he saw her. When her family didn't hear from her that day, they grew concerned. By evening, panic had set in. Laci was reported missing, and from that moment on, the search for her would consume the nation. The days and weeks that followed were filled with desperate searches. Volunteers flooded the streets of Modesto, handing out flyers, scouring fields, rivers, and remote areas. The media covered the case relentlessly, and soon, Laci Peterson's name was known across the country. As investigators dug deeper, they found troubling inconsistencies in Scott's story. Why had he gone fishing alone on Christmas Eve? Why had he changed his appearance after Laci disappeared? And then the biggest revelation of all, his affair with Amber Frey. With each new discovery, suspicion grew. Then, in April 2003, the case took a terrifying turn. The remains of a woman and a baby washed ashore in San Francisco Bay, the very place Scott claimed to have been fishing. DNA confirmed the unthinkable. It was Laci and Connor. Scott Peterson was arrested shortly thereafter, and in one of the most sensational trials in history, he was convicted of 2 counts of murder. He was sentenced to death, though his legal battles continue to this day. Laci Peterson's story is a heartbreaking reminder of how betrayal and deception can lead to unimaginable tragedy, but her memory lives on. Her family has fought tirelessly to keep her legacy alive, ensuring that victims of domestic violence and crime receive the justice they deserve. This was more than a crime story. This was the loss of a young woman, a mother-to-be, and a daughter who deserved a lifetime of happiness. Though she is gone, she is not forgotten. If you find this interesting and will want to come back for another crime-shocking cases, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell.